Hello dear children, welcome back to the Acknowledge series by Amit Publishing House. I am Vandana and we are doing book 6, English Grammar plus Skills Unleashed workbook. So children, today we are going to do a new chapter of your book and it is chapter 7 and the name of the chapter is Verbs, Transitive and Intransitive. So we have already learned about verbs. Verbs को हम अच्छे से जानते हैं, but अब इसके नेम को हमने चेंज कर दिया, इसे दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर दिया है and the parts are transitive and intransitive. So let's see what are these verbs. A verb is a word that tells us what a noun or a subject does. So verb क्या करता है, हमें बताता है कि noun या फिर subject क्या काम कर रहा है. It also tells us about an event or an action. ये हमें एक किसी event या फिर action के बारे में भी बताता है. For example, Hari reads his lesson. हरी जो है पढ़ता है अपनी lessons. His father lives in Dubai. उसके father दुबई में रहते हैं. The little boy is smiling. वो हंस रहा है. I love coconuts. मुझे coconut पसंद है. In all the sentences above, the bold words tell us about the action of their subject. So जितने भी words हैं यहाँ पे जिसमें इसमें जो bold letters लिखे हुए हैं ये action के बारे में बता रहे हैं कि work कौन सा work यहाँ पे हो रहा है. Now there are two main class of verbs. First is main verb and the second one is auxiliary verbs. Means helping verbs. Auxiliary verbs को हम helping verbs के भी नाम से जानते हैं. Main verbs are very large in number. बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं ये. While auxiliary verbs are of small group. कम होते हैं. Let's see some of the examples of main verbs and auxiliary verbs. Eat, study, run, accompany, erase, modify, understand and produce. So यहाँ पे कुछ main verbs दिए हुए हैं. Now let's see some auxiliary verbs. Be, do, have, will, can, may, shall, would, could, might, should, must, etc. So these are the auxiliary verbs. So these are the helping verbs जिनके बारे में हमने बचपन से पढ़ा है. यहाँ पे be का मतलब है is, am, are. We are talking about the present form that is, am, are. Was, were, has, have, had. ये सारे जो है हमारे be form है. Next, main verbs can occur independently or in combination with the auxiliary verbs. So main verb जो है क्या करते हैं कि independent हो सकते हैं या फिर किसी combination में हो सकते हैं किसी भी auxiliary verb से. Auxiliary verb cannot stand independently and always occur in the combination with the main verb. So main verb को तो हम अकेले यूज कर सकते हैं, but auxiliary verb को हमेशा help करने के लिए बनाया गया है main verb की. So ये अलग से हम यूज नहीं कर पाते हैं. Now let's see what is main verb. There are two types of main verbs. अब main verbs भी दो तरीके के हैं. First is transitive verb and the second one is intransitive verbs. So let's see what is transitive verbs. A verb which takes one or more object is called transitive verb. So वो verb जो एक या उससे ज्यादा objects को लेता है अपने साथ इसे transitive verbs कहते हैं. For example, the boy raises. Boy ने raise किया. क्या raise किया? कोई आंसर नहीं आ रहा है. So this is incomplete. The boy raises his hand. अब यहाँ पे पता चला boy ने अपना hand raise किया है. So with addition to the object hand. So यहाँ पे hand क्या है? Object का काम कर रहा है. Boy क्या है? Subject है. और raise करना क्या है? Verb है. So here hand is the object. The sentence makes complete sense. So यहाँ पे जब हमने hand लिखा, so हमें जो है इस sentence का complete meaning समझ में आ गया. The object of the transitive verb may be a noun. So object जो होता है transitive verb का वो noun हो सकता है. A phrase or a pronoun. उसकी जगह पे एक phrase भी हो सकता है या फिर एक pronoun भी हो सकता है. That is talking about the person or the thing related to the verb. जो किसी person या फिर thing के बारे में बताता है. For example, Heman loves आइसक्रीम. सो यहाँ पे आइसक्रीम इज द ऑब्जेक्ट. द वाटर रोल डाउन द हिल. अब यहाँ पे डाउन द हिल इज द ऑब्जेक्ट हियर and it's a phrase. They charged at the enemy. So again here at the enemy is the object. So कुछ transitive verb हैं वो जो डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट के साथ भी यूज होते हैं या फिर इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट के साथ भी यूज होते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, टीनू गेव हर अ बंच ऑफ फ्लावर्स. अब टीनू ने उसे एक फ्लावर्स का गुच्छा दिया. द एक्शन इज गिवन. तो यहाँ पे जो एक्शन है वो है देने का काम हो रहा है, गिव करने का काम हो रहा है. द डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट आंसर्स द क्वेश्चन व्हाट. तो जो डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट है वो क्या क्वेश्चन को कैसे आंसर कर रहा है, व्हाट करके. तो अगर हमने पूछा व्हाट तो आंसर है अ बंच ऑफ फ्लावर्स. सो अ बंच ऑफ फ्लावर आंसर आएगा. हमने पूछा कि टीनू ने दिया, क्या दिया, व्हाट, तो आंसर आ रहा है अ बंच ऑफ फ्लावर्स. द इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट आंसर्स द क्वेश्चन whom. तो अब इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट पूछ रहा है किसको दिया, whom. सो द आंसर इज हर, उसे दिया. So यहाँ पे direct and indirect both the objects are used. Next is intransitive verbs. A verb that does not take an object is called an intransitive verb. So वो verb जिसमें हमें object की जरूरत नहीं होती उसे हम intransitive verbs कहते हैं. For example, शालू weeps. शालू रो रही है. So अब ये sentence अपने में ही complete है, इसमें किसी object की जरूरत नहीं है. समझ में आ रहा है कि शालू रो रही है. My mother sleeps. मेरी मम्मी सो रही हैं. And Dr. Ashok is talking. डॉक्टर अशोक बात कर रहे हैं. So अगर हम इन सेंटेंस को जनरली भी पढ़े तो हमें पता चल रहा है कि हाँ ये वर्क हो रहा है, इसमें किसी ऑब्जेक्ट की जरूरत नहीं है. बट यहाँ पे अगर हमने कहा द वाटर रोल्ड, कहाँ जा रहा है, हेमंत लव्स, किसे लव कर रहा है. So the verbs in these sentences do not depend on any object and these verbs are called intransitive verbs. The uses of the verb in the sentence tell us whether it is used transitively or intransitively. Now encircle the verbs in the following sentences and write transitive or intransitive in the blanks against them. So verb को हमें underline करना और बताना ये transitive है या intransitive. So here we have seen Rima wrote 2 letters. So here wrote is the verb, wrote को हम लिखेंगे and it is our transitive क्योंकि अगर मैंने कहा रीमा wrote, क्या लिखा कुछ नहीं पता चल रहा है हमने, तो यहाँ पे क्या है कि this is transitive. Who gave you this book? So who gave you this book में gave is the verb and it is also transitive. Rest questions you have to do on your own. Pick out the direct and indirect object in the following sentences. So in sentences में हमें direct और indirect object को निकालना है. So children, the first question is the teacher gave me a reward. Teacher ने मुझे एक reward दिया. So here gave is the verb here and the teacher gave. Teacher ने क्या दिया? What? So what? A reward. So reward will come here in the direct object. And whom जब पूछा तो टीचर ने किसको दिया, so answer will be me. So me will be written in the indirect object. I offered him a cup of tea. So I offered him, ये जो है हमारा इसमें offered means this is the verb here. What? तो हमने कहा the cup of tea. So cup of tea is to be written here. And when I asked to whom, तो आंसर आया him. तो him हम लिखेंगे यहाँ पे indirect object. So children, we have done 2. Rest you have to do on your own. Next comes the auxiliary verbs. A verb that helps to form a tense or an expression is called an auxiliary verb. So वो verb जो कोई tense को form करने में help करता है या फिर किसी expression को form करने में help करता है उसे auxiliary verbs कहते हैं. For example, I have read the Mahabharata. My brother is coming. Shweta didn't go to the party last night. So इनमें have, is और didn't जो है auxiliary verb है, means helping verbs. So in all these sentences the bold words help the main verb. So ये क्या कर रहे हैं, main verb को help कर रहे हैं. जैसे have is helping read and is helping coming and didn't is helping go. So ये main verb को help कर रहे हैं, and they are called auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs in English include primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. So primary auxiliaries क्या हैं? Be, do, have and their forms. So इनके जो भी forms हैं वो primary auxiliaries हैं. And modal auxiliaries क्या हैं? Words which express possibility. वो words जो possibility express करते हैं, necessity बताते हैं, permission देते हैं, and predictions such as will, can, may, shall, would, could, might, should, must, etc. So these are modal auxiliaries. We will read about these in detail in the next chapter. Underline the auxiliary verbs in the following sentences and state if they are primary auxiliaries or modals. So he is doing homework. So यहाँ पे is the auxiliary verb and it's a primary auxiliary verb. I have written many poems. So here have is the auxiliary verb and it is also the primary auxiliary. Rest questions, I homework. Now fill in the blanks with the correct form of the auxiliary verbs given in the bracket. So यहाँ पे कुछ ब्रैकेट में कुछ वर्ड्स दिए हैं, इनके करेक्ट फॉर्म को हमें लिखना है. The cost of living risen today. So have को हमें फिल करना है. तो have का कौन सा फॉर्म आएगा? The cost of living has risen today. So here we have to write has. Shobit will with all his friends dash there. So यहाँ पे हमें be form fill करना है. So we are going to write Shobit with all his friends was there. So here we have to write was. And rest you have to do on your own. Next is regular and irregular verbs. So most verbs form their past tense and past participle by adding d or ed. So बहुत सारे words हैं जो past form में या past participle form में form हो जाते हैं by adding d या फिर ed लगाना है to their base form में लगाना है. Such verbs are called regular verbs. ऐसे verbs को हम regular verbs कहते हैं. The verbs that form their past tense and past participle in other way is called irregular verbs. So वो verbs जो past tense में change होने में या past participle में change होने में अपने आप को पूरी तरह से बदल देते हैं, उन्हें कहते हैं irregular verbs. So here some examples are given of regular and irregular verbs. Let's read it. Here the its first box is of present, then is past, and then is past participle form. So laugh becomes laughed by adding ed. ed लगा के हमने laughed कर दिया है, और in the participle form it is also laughed. Fade, faded, faded. Cry, cried, cried. Pray, prayed, prayed. Look, looked, looked. Here in the irregular form, speak becomes spoke, spoken, write, wrote, written, forget, forgot, forgotten, go, went, gone, and make, made, made. Now write the past form, past tense and the past participle form of the following verbs and sort them in the regular and irregular verbs. So here some verbs are given. We have to write on the past tense, then past participle form and whether they are regular or irregular. So order, this is the verb, and the past form of order is ordered. ed लगाना हमें, order, ordered, ordered. So both दोनों में हम ed लगा के लिख देंगे and it is the regular form. Buy का हो जाएगा, buy का हो जाएगा, यहाँ पे past form हो जाएगा bought. So here we have to write bought. And here also we have to write bought, and it is the irregular form. Rest questions you have to do on your own. Find it out and do it. Next is state whether the highlighted verbs are transitive or intransitive. If the verb is transitive, underline the object or objects. So इनमें बताना है हमें कि verb जो दिए गए हैं that is transitive or intransitive. So the ship sank. So यहाँ पे the verb is sang and it is transitive verb. Next is I met a village girl. So here the met word is the verb here and it is also transitive verb here. So rest questions you have to do on your own. Choose the correct auxiliary form from these given in the bracket. So bracket में से we have to choose and write it here. Abhi dash for the party. Has gone for the party. Have gone for the party. So abhi means a single boy we are talking about. So single के लिए we use has. So abhi has gone to the party. We going to the party tonight. So we के साथ हम was use करेंगे are. अब आज रात की बात हो रही है और was हम कब यूज करते हैं जब कोई चीज पास्ट हो चुकी मीन्स बीत चुकी है और was is always used with singular but यहाँ पे हम plural की बात कर रहे हैं. So we are going to the party tonight. So rest you have to do on your own. The highlighted auxiliaries have been wrongly used in this conversation. Correct them. So यहाँ पे जो highlighted words हैं वो गलत तरीके से लिखे गए हैं. So you have to correct them. Hi Pankaj, I just got into town and heard that you were in the bed with a broken leg. I shouldn't be there. I should be there. So should not की जगह should be there होगा. Rest you have to do on your own. Indicate whether the verbs in these sentences are transitive or intransitive. Robe has fallen in. So here we have used has and fallen both are used here. So we have to see whether it is transitive or intransitive. So you have to do this exercise on your own because we have done many exercises related to transitive and intransitive. So by this we have come to the end of the chapter and we have also completed many new topics in this and the verbs chapter. And we have also learned about what are transitive and intransitive verbs. So children, I'll be waiting for you with a new chapter and you have to complete the exercises given here. It's your homework and we'll be meeting soon with a new video. Till then, stay late.